All right, man. The NFL free agency has slowed down. It's slowed down tremendously since last week. But there are some top free agents on the market. Pistons head coach J.B Bickerstaff. He had a few words for the NBA officials. And was he right? We'll figure that out. And the question is going on in the Cincinatti Bengals. They just gave Jamar Chase and T. Higgins a massive contract. And Aaron Rodgers, he took a visit to Pittsburgh. Could it be his new home? Oh, boy. We got some shit to talk about. So you guys lock in right here on the Sports Talk Show.
Can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up, big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up? I told her move over, enough of that mediocre. I've been the man since cruising around in the stroller. I got ice in my veins like a cut in Minnesota. Why not show you how I'm built? Come a little closer, ayy. Lot of heart, been smart, aura gotta glow. We can restart, give head start, still get the same result. I'm about mine, don't you get it confused. I'ma win again, yeah, that's all that I do. I got that dog in me, yeah.
Turn it up. All right, man. Thank you guys for being here with us on this Saturday afternoon, wherever in the world you are right now. We are the Real Sports Podcast, and this is the Real Sports Talk Show, where we will get 100%, you will get 100% guaranteed, genuine, real opinions from the analytical Real Sports Podcast panel. But first, let me shout out our sponsors, man, over at SeatGeek, Bonfire.com, the official home of the Real Sports Podcast gear. And we got hats, t-shirts, and it's starting to get a little hot outside, so hoodies. Make them a little cheap for y'all. I'm gonna bring down the price a whole hell of a lot for those hoodies and them t-shirts, man. So grab you some gear over at bonfire.com and Lokai. Get your favorite NFL team beat it bracelet over at Lokai.com. You can use the promo code Real Sports Podcast and get 20% off all any bracelets you want, man, courtesy of the Real Sports Podcast. You click on the links in the description box below. Holy smoke, ladies and gentlemen. He is not a ghost, but he is. I got the pioneer, ladies and gentlemen. He's back for the first time. I got the pioneer of this fine establishment, the man who's been here since day one. He is the only remaining member of the first episode. Still here strong, man. And the man matter of fact, he is a what? I ain't got my record books here. 3-time NFL trivia champion. 2-time NBA trivia champion. He's the second man to ever hold the undisputed title, ladies and gentlemen, representing the 3-time Super Bowl champion. I'm talking about my boys, the Las Vegas Raiders. He's Oklahoma State alumni, ladies and gentlemen. He is the Real Sports Wrestling Trivia Champion. The man is a walking wrestling archive himself, ladies and gentlemen. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. The pioneer, Mr. Episode, Young Mark, is back in the building.
What's going on, folks? Long time no see. Last week, man, Q Dog's energy really got me fired up, really brightened up my day. I wasn't having the best of days, and seeing Q Dog get all fired up and energetic and enthusiastic about his Vikings really got me going. So I had to come back and bring a little Viking haterade to the building, but I'm happy to be here with my brothers yet again talking some sports. What's going on, y'all?
Baby.
What's up?
Speaking of the dog, guess what? I got the OG. Here's the OG. The OG, man, 3-time NFL trivia champ. He's the very first MVP of the podcast, two-time NBA trivia champion, the first man to hold the undisputed trivia championship. This man represents, stand up strong, Q, the mighty Minnesota Vikings, ladies and gentlemen. He is the legendary Q Dog, the dog.
What's going on, people? Glad y'all are able to tune in today for another glorious view of our panel. And we're going to give you this good information with this fridge and everything else that's going on in the draft. Welcome back, young Mark, my number one Viking hater. I knew you would show up sometime soon. I like to say that I want everybody to know that September 7th, 2025 will be the debut of the Fast and Furious, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm not talking about the Fast and Furious of the racing movie. I'm talking about the Fast and Furious of Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason, the new acquisition that we got from late Saturday night, coming from Adam Schefter, that Crazy got in the lab Saturday night and worked out a trade to get Jordan Mason from the San Francisco 49ers to the Vikings. Fast and Furious is coming to your town, September 7th, 2025. Yes, sir, Crazy. I told y'all last week that man bought up all the meats, and that's why you didn't see him at the grocery store. Now he went out and got the cook Saturday night. And I'm telling you, Crazy, when you had that cook out with the cook, Jordan Mason, I wants to be there. My colleagues can come, except for young Mark. He can't come. We invite no Viking hater. We're not nobody ruin our season. Crazy, you the man. Keep doing what you do. You got 30 million in caps to spend. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, I don't know where you come. I don't know no way to look for you, where you gonna punch at, but just do your punching, baby. And remember, Crazy, keep scolding, baby, because 2025, boy, you is on the road. Let's go, Vikings. Yeah, Quasi, let's keep doing it. Show them why you're the best GM in the league. Yes, sir, Quasi. Let's do it. Work them numbers. Show them why you worked on Wall Street. Let them know what you're doing, baby. Let them go. Let them show them. Show them. Yes, sir. Score. Yes, sir, baby. Score.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Score.
Get him up. Get him up. Get him up. Get him up. Go. Get him up. Where your hands at? Stop sitting on your hands. Come on. Yeah. Come on, go. Come on. Come on, score. Let's get it, Mark.
Hey.
Let's get it, baby.
What credit is due. I give credit what credit is due.
Stay tuned for that Fast and Furious coming to a town near you, baby. Yes, sir. Let's do
it. Hey, man, not the Babe Ruth, man. But, hey, why not? Ladies and gentlemen, this is next up, man. Oh, my goodness. He's a two-time. I know, bro. I know. He's a two-time NFL trivia champion, a three-time NBA trivia champion. Representing Duval in the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's the 2024 Real Sports Podcast MVP. He's the number one man going on right now. The number one man in the company. He is a rock star, a Rizak in the building.
How y'all doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good night. However, how y'all doing this evening? I'm here to bring y'all some good news and speak on these sport topics that we got today. We got Mark in the house. Q Dog already set the fireworks, lit the fuse. So you know what? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Let's get this show started.
Let's go, baby. Boy, never a dull day when a dog around, I tell you. Let's see here. You need to share this song.
Hey, but he didn't scold either, though. I think I made that shit so true.
He didn't scold.
He did not scold at all.
He's a hater.
I did the hand thing. I did it.
No, bro, you gotta go. Hands come together like that. You know how to do it. Let me see you do it one time.
I did an air.
Let me see you do it. Let me see. They'll never fail. The haters gonna keep hating. I ain't mad at you. You keep hating, and Quasi gonna keep cooking. The more you hate, gonna keep cooking. So come on, baby.
I can't hold my phone and do the scold at the same time, man.
Whatever, man. I ain't trying to hear it. Everybody else scolding, you can scold.
Hey, when we watched that football game together, week 2 last year, I was doing the scold with you at Drew to the game.
You didn't even show up.
Oh yeah.
When we was watching the Ravens and the Raiders.
Ravens and Raiders, you ain't scold. But the game wasn't on TV. I was there to watch your boys.
But we still did the scold when y'all was winning.
Well, I ain't see you do no scold. Do it now. What they got to do with it now?
I can't hold my phone and clap my hands at the same time.
Oh, man, prop it up on something. I'm not holding my phone. Prop it up on something. Prop it up on something. I'm not holding mine.
I don't got my Super Bowl trophies with me, man. They in Vegas. I ain't got nothing.
Whatever, man. I ain't trying to hear all that.
Hey, man.
I'll do it for you.
Hey, prop it up on that bottle of hating oil that you got. That's all you gotta do.
Hey, man. I'm not a Viking hater. I just tell it like it is. That's all.
No, you just a hater, baby. I ain't mad at you. Keep on hating, though. Crazy gonna keep on cooking. Yes, sir.
You gotta love it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being here. That's what we do on this show, man. It's no limits. No limits. Oh, man. Again, thank you for around the world for watching. Shout out to UK, man. God, man, we got some fans over in UK, United Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to them, man. They reaching out big time in the comments, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the love. Everybody feeding off the dog's energy, man.
Right.
Everybody was talking about the dog, man. They was like, oh, man, they bringing their energy. But shout out to everybody out there in the United Kingdom. It's crazy, man, that, YouTube, we go all around the world. So it's crazy. You're already in China, Russia, whatever the case may be, man. We are here. And I hope that you guys are entertained by these 3 gentlemen right here today, man. But before we get this show started, before I go forward, I must pay tribute to one of the greatest boxers of all time, man. I'm talking about Mr. George Foreman, who passed away at the age of 76. Just a little brief on George before I go forward. He became the heavyweight champion, his first heavyweight championship in 1969, and he retired in 1977 after a loss to Jimmy Young in 1977. 10 years, a couple years later, in 1994, at the age of 45, he won the unified WBA, IBF, and annual heavyweight championship titles by knocking out 26-year-old Michael Moore. Boy, do I remember that. He dropped the WBA title rather than face his mandatory title defense soon after, and following a single successful defense against Axel Schultz. Foreman relinquished his IBF title as well on June 28, 1995. At 46 years and 169 days old, he was the oldest world heavyweight champion in history. Foreman was the oldest to ever win the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship, a major honors, and the second oldest in any weight class after Bernard Hopkins at the lightweight division. He retired in 1997 at the age of 48 with a final record of 76 wins, 68 coming by knockout, and 5 losses. And one of the famous losses coming at the hands of Muhammad Ali, who hit him with a lightning fast 1-2 combination, which was the fastest punch Foreman have ever seen. Foreman was inducted into the World Boxing Hall of Fame and International Boxing Hall of Fame. The International Boxing Research Organization rates Foreman as the 8th greatest heavyweight of all time. In 2002, he was named one of the 25 greatest fighters of the past 80 years by TheRing.com. The Ring ranked him as the 9th greatest puncher of all time as well. He was a ringside analyst for HBO's boxing coverage for 12 years until 2004. and outside Foreman was a successful entrepreneur and known for his promotion of the George Foreman grill, which was sold more than 100 million units worldwide by 2011. In 1999, he sold the commercial rights to the grill for $138 million, and George Foreman is one of the most beloved boxers of all time. So, rest in peace, man, to George Foreman. To me, my top 5 greatest boxers of all time. Oh, man, 76 years old. He lived a life and some. The panel, y'all want to speak on George Foreman before we go forward here?
Yeah, I do. I'm the youngest guy on the show, but me and Mr. Foreman go way back. Not with him as a boxer, but in the last little bit of what you said. Fun fact, host OG and T-Rock. The only place I've ever lived in my life where I didn't have a George Foreman grill in my possession was when I was at Oklahoma State, because they were banned from the dorm rooms. Literally every single place I've ever laid my head throughout my entire life, I've had a George Foreman grill in my possession. That's how deep that man's impact over the world was. Even somebody who
Facts.
never even watched boxing like that, or have never even seen a fight before, would still know his name because of that product. So definitely a RIP to a man of the people and a culture, and somebody who spread positivity and hard work and all the good characteristics you would want in a role model. He definitely displayed those in a life well lived. So we will definitely miss Mr. Foreman.
You ain't kidding, man. You ain't kidding. OG.
George Foreman, man, was an icon, one of the true living legends. It's sad to see legends like this leave us, because we really don't have nobody to come behind him and continue the type of legacy that he produced and what he's done. It's kind of like on the John Madden level. John Madden was a famous coach of the Raiders, and then turned around and got into the broadcasting booth. And during the game, a lot of people locked his name into the John Madden, the game, and John Madden, but they don't know about John Madden, the broadcaster, or John Madden, the coach. But the game took off. Seven was just George Foreman, the boxer, and then a lot of the George Foreman grill. Like Mark said, I think everybody and their grandma had one of those. And I can remember, I think they came out. I came out in the 90s. I think they did. Just a true legend. Surely one of the boxing legacies, and I'm sure all the famous boxers are gonna come together at this man's funeral. And man, I tell you, he's one of the best. Rest in peace, Mr. George Foreman.
Yes, sir. MVP.
Well, like you, dog, I actually got to, and like you, host, I got to actually watch George Foreman box. His fight with Michael Moore when he won the world title.
Yeah,
my dad was actually hosting a fight party. So I wasn't allowed in the fight party, but I was able to watch it.
No kids were.
I was able to watch the fight. I was somewhere else watching the fight, but I remember because of the T-shirts and everything around the neighborhood. People, them T-shirts back in the day. People would sell the fight T-shirts with it and things of that nature. Yeah. And then so I got to see him box his fight with Michael Moore, as well as I think he did box Evander Holyfield as well.
He did.
I think that's who. Yeah, he fought Holyfield and Michael Moore, and then that's when he decided to end his career. I also watched this movie that came out about his life, and every documentary that they did on. The greatest thing that I would say about George Foreman is he is in every documentary or movie that they make about Muhammad Ali. They do not forget that fight between him and Muhammad Ali. Because
yeah.
Muhammad Ali told everybody that the fight with Frazier was like a prelim to what happened to him late in his life. But he said when he fought George Foreman, he said that's when he really knew that his career was coming to like almost to a close, because he said that punishment that he had to take from George Foreman in order to win that battle, you know, he said it really took a toll on him after a while, because he said George Foreman used to hit like a bull back then. So,
did he?
You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the great things I will say about his life outside of his big family that he created as well, and what he did in the entrepreneur level with the George Foreman grill. So he will definitely go down as a boxing legend, as well as a historic black legend as well.
Exactly. Back in the day. And to close it out, you know, George Foreman is, again, one of the greatest boxers of all time, one of the nicest guys. I never met him, but from what I hear, one of the nicest guys you can ever meet. But George Foreman, and rest in peace again. But I want you guys out in the world to understand that George Foreman is a trailblazer, and Q can relate to this. Is no matter how old you are, man, if you love something, you can still pursue it. You know, this guy's been, you know, he came back after being retired and came back, and he's the oldest heavyweight champion of all time. When he beat Michael Moore, he just didn't win the title for himself. He won it for all the people out here that's, you know, in their 50s and 60s, that you can still, it kind of trickles down to like Ric Flair. You know, Ric Flair, you know, old, but he's still pursuing what he want to do. He still love what he do. And George Foreman is one of the trailblazers to do that. So, and like I said, when he beat Michael Moore that night, he made history, not just for himself, man, for people all over the world. And no matter how old you are, you can still do what you love and be successful with it. So, rest in peace to one of the greatest of all time, Mr. George Foreman. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's go over to the NBA side here. Oh my goodness gracious. This is Detroit Pistons. The Pistons. What? The Pistons? The Pistons, bro. And I'm gonna put some respect on their name. They are 6th in the Eastern Conference right now. And Cade Cunningham is his name, ladies and gentlemen. Cade Cunningham is his name. But Pistons J.B. Bickerstaff goes on fist slamming rant over officiating. What you saw tonight was disgusting, is the title. The Detroit Pistons lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder 113-107 on last Saturday night, and suffice it to say that Pistons coach J.B. Bickerstaff was not in a pleasant mood afterward. His anger was not directed at his players, but rather, you'll never guess, at the officials. If you want the numbers, the Pistons only got to the line 13 times against the Thunder's 22. But judging the quality of officiating in a given game by total free throws is flawed measurement. For the most part, teams that shoot a lot of free throws earn them with downhill initiative and physical creation. But Bickerstaff wasn't just angry at the fouls that were called or not called, but mostly what he believes was a refusal on the part of the official to extend a basic level of respect, consideration, and communication to the Pistons. Bickerstaff's anger clearly hit a boiling point when Cade Cunningham was ejected late in the third quarter. A foul was reviewed for a flagrant, but was deemed a common foul, and Cunningham was hit with a technical foul for using profanity towards the officials, and then was hit with a second tech for more profanity. So, you know what? Let me play this. I'm gonna play the video. I can do that. I want you guys to hear in the world the Bickerstaff and his. I wouldn't say, people call it a rant, and I don't agree with Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith said that he need to stop crying. But this man is technically not crying. He's disgusted, and so he should be. But you guys be a judge of that. I'm about to play his video right now.
I'm disgusted by the way that game was officiated. The level of disrespect was above and beyond. They have a guy fall down and trip on his own teammate's foot. They review us for a hostile act. They throw an elbow to our chest, neck area. I asked for him, at least take a look at it, right? Just show us the respect to take a look at it, okay? No one would take a look at it, okay? The disrespect has gone far enough, and I'm not going to allow our guys to be treated the way that they were treated tonight, okay? I tried to have a conversation with official. The official was arguing with Mark. I say his name one time, and he screams at me and tells me that's enough, right? We understand that we play a style of ball that's physical. It's on the edge, right? I coach my ass off with a passionate way. I'm into the games. Our players are into the games. We understand that, right? But we deserve a level of respect because we're competing our tails off and bringing something positive to this league, right? We're growing young players. Our young players are competing their tail off. The least that they could do is get the same respect that everybody else in this league gets and get refereed the same way that everybody else in this league gets reffed. And enough is enough of it. And what you saw tonight was disgusting. It was a disgusting display of disrespect towards our guys and what we're trying to do.
Let's start with the MVP. Let's start with the MVP on this. How do you feel about J.B. Bickerstaff? Well, just give me your thoughts on his rant about the NBA officials.
Well, first, I mean, he right. You know, he's standing up for his team. And the Pistons are looked at a certain way as being the new physical team in the NBA. Like when teams come in and play them, they know that they might have to deal with some of the antics from Isaiah Stewart. They might have to deal with some of the physical play that they don't get in when they go play other teams. But that's the thing about it, though. I like the fact that the Pistons bringing that physical mentality to the game of basketball because it's missing, and they're taking on that culture that culture that helped that franchise become a winning franchise. They're not building off of like how all the other teams' cultures is. They're going exactly with the franchise way of building the culture and building the winning culture. And J.B. Bickerstaff is a good coach. He coached the Cavaliers to the Eastern semis last year against us. Granted, he lost his job, and the Cavs are number one in the East right now. But he got the Pistons, who was, I believe, one of the worst teams in the league last year. They're sixth in the East.
Yes,
he's a candidate for Coach of the Year. He deserves to get that respect from the refs, and especially if they want to complain about his team being physical, and he's doing the same thing that those other coaches complain about when it comes to his team being a little bit physical. So to me, I feel like the refs do pick and choose the teams that they kind of like favor a little bit, and they were playing OKC. OKC right now is tied, is number one in the West. They're actual finals favorite right now, and they got the MVP on their team, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who will be MVP of the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the refs are going to lean a little bit towards his team side, and the crazy thing about it is OKC has been known for their defense, and for a team, for their team of their caliber to be complaining about the physical play, that's the same style of play that they play in the West. Against all them finesse teams out there, I believe it's just them in Memphis and Houston that kind of play tough defense or that physicality
definitely
to the floor. So I mean, I'm all for what J.B. Bickerstaff said, man. He deserved it. You know what I'm saying? He coaching his tail off. And what is the point of being a coach if you're gonna do it the subtle way? You know what I'm saying? He pretty much said it in his rant, or in his conference, that I asked him subtly. I asked him this time. He yelled at me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I seen him throw out my best player
Mm-hmm.
And then the crazy thing about it is, I like the way that Detroit came back from that, because they put the ball in their best player's hands in a game in Miami, and he hit the game-winning shot for them. And that's how a team is supposed to resound, overcome certain things that's stopping them in their journey. And I like that, because they could have faltered, they could have lost to Miami based off of the optics and things of the media. But no, they came in, put the ball in a best player hand, who got thrown out of the last game that was so scrutinized, and he went down there, got them the W. So I like everything that Detroit is doing. I like it because it's creating better competition in the Eastern Conference. They always say the Eastern Conference is weak. There's no competition. But when you got teams like Detroit, and you got some of them other small market teams that are good in the Eastern Conference making a come up, that's what it needs to be.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story, man. I'm with it. Like, that's why I'm with the Charlotte Hornets and Atlanta Hawks and all that stuff, man. Because them teams gonna be coming up. Give them about another year or two. They're gonna be there. They're gonna be there, man. OG, you're a passionate guy about the NBA. One of the most passionate guys I ever talked to when it come down to basketball. But give me your thoughts on J.B. Bickerstaff and his emotional message to the media.
Well, yes, host, it's true that I'm a passionate guy about the NBA, but I'm not no more passionate than you are. And this is right down your alley.
Yes, sir.
I'm really amazed at this. He said something in his speech that he said that, that they're kind of blackballed by the kind of style that they play. And so saying that alone, that means that y'all are different from other teams in the NBA. And so this is entirely different from what we're seeing that's going on with the NBA, that the physicality has kind of left, but it seems like it's like the running backs in the NFL, they're trying to make a comeback. They need to bring back physicality. I don't think it should have never left. We're getting a lot of European players in here that a lot of them, they are real accurate in shooting the ball. They've been playing with men since they've been kids on the plus side, but on the negative side, that they don't play defense. A lot of them don't play defense. They're not used to physicality. Basketball, to me, has always been on that. It's been a big man sport. It's been a physical sport to the fact that you have to really earn every basket. That's Jordan, and that's all the guys back in the day. Those tough players, Bird, Magic, they played that lot of physical ball. Him bringing that back, and then another thing will hurt some too, is that logo. Everybody looks at that logo, and everybody know when you see that, you think of the Bad Boys automatically. If you ever known basketball back in the day with Isaiah Thomas and Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn and Vinny the Microwave, John Sally and Dennis Rodman, you know that was these forever players will be embedded in that logo. They will. And no matter when that logo shows up and when you see it, and I know when y'all see it, your mind automatically goes back to them.
Yep.
If your mind don't automatically go back to them, something wrong. But you know that we're dealing with a different type of Detroit Pistons now. That now we're saying that we got a coach in there that's teaching that. So I think he's right. He's not saying nothing wrong, and he's a coach to stand up behind his players because he's trying to put his players in position to win. And so, if you don't have a coach to stand behind you in the way he's teaching you, then that's all that's going to do is motivate his players more. Because we got a coach that's standing behind us. He's not getting on us, but he's getting on the refs. He's not allowing that. He's not allowing that. If he got to go talk to the commissioner himself, he'll do it. And until they get blackballed or they start a play get blackballed. And if they do something about that, then this league is terribly headed in the wrong direction. This is a piggyback. All sports are piggyback league. and they find out this to be successful, all other coaches start teaching their team to be physical and all. So we might have the era of the 90s to come back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all things come back to a full circle.
I hope
and
so.
Yeah, I hope so too. You know, it make basketball more interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We like to see people in the paint that's jogging for a position. You know what I'm saying? Keeping somebody off the post, not making them get something easy. You know, making them work at it. And good defense. And so it involves a lot of physicality. And I really feel that this is an eye opener to the 2025 era. This era of basketball is an eye opener, close to eye opener to me. That I can't believe this is happening. You know, I don't follow the NBA as much as I should or much as I used to. I follow here and there, and to see this type of players going on with Detroit Pistons, and look at the position it's putting them in. It put them in a successful position. But a lot of teams, like T-Rock said, they're not used to that when they're going from game to game and traveling, and then they find, you know, they playing tease the passer and getting these easy shots and these layups. And then, you know, you finally run across a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then so over that brick wall, you got to learn how to get over it. And that's when the complaining and the whining starts to come in, because you know you haven't played you haven't played other teams that allow you to do the things you do, and this team is not allowing you to do that. And first thing you want to do is whine. Well, the best thing for you to do is figure out a way to come over it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to see this team again. They're not going nowhere. And so that to me, that's a wake up for the whole entire league, that we have this team right here that a time of finesse team. So, you know, we need to get more physical. So I'm glad to see it. I don't know how long this thing gonna last. You get a lot of people that's complaining and just don't want to man up and fight fire with fire, mono with mono. They want to complain because they're not getting the easy layups or the easy positions that they normally would get playing normal teams. And so to me, I enjoy it. I like this. I hope this continue on. I hope this fluctuates through other teams to change their methods, the way Bickerstaff got his team going with this physical mentality, and bring that back to the East. The East was built up like that. Every time you play teams from the East, you had to be physical. So I really think this is going back to a 3-6, the full circle. Maybe in the next 3 to 4 years, we might see this will be back to the physical league that we normally used to. So I'm cheering for that. I don't really like the NBA the way it is now. And so, but I just hope that, you know, these players now, they can play, they can complain. They got miles now, just like kids got miles now. They can voice their opinion. So they can go to their agents or they can go to general managers and complain, you know, and that's not their position. Their position is to play basketball. You know, the only other person you can do is to complain to your head coach. He's the one supposed to get you right.
Mm-hmm.
But you have no business complaining to your agent. You have no business complaining to the general manager going up top above your coach head and question your coach about position changes or roster changes. You have no business questioning your coach. Your job is to play ball. And they know what's right for the team. But they got so much voices now, and people are not turning them away and telling them, go talk to your coach. I have nothing to do with that. No, they're listening to them. And that's the biggest problem that we have. I mean, these general managers need to close the doors. These agents need to close the doors. These whining, complaining players and go play ball. Like they say in baseball, play ball, baby. You know, I don't hear anything else. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like what's going on, quit. That's all I gotta tell you. Quit. You know what I'm saying? Man up. You know what I'm saying? So stop all the whining. Everything this man is saying, I'm gonna cut it off right there. So, you know, it's gonna be something different. He's gonna have a uphill battle to fight with this. So, but I know he's gonna stay true to his team.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the dog. There's gonna be a lot of backlash behind it, of course. All right, Mark. All right. Mark is back.
Hey man, Q-Dog said a lot.
Cade Cunningham, though, that's your boy. Went to Oklahoma State.
Where you go to school host?
Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
But it's two parts for you, Mark. First of all, your thoughts about J.B Bickerstaff and his rant, and how proud of you are, man, to see your boy Cade Cunningham becoming a pro and really bringing up the Detroit Pistons.
Honestly, to answer both questions, I'm thankful that it's Cade Cunningham because of where he went to school. Obviously, I'm a proud Oklahoma State alum, and I love seeing my guys do great things at a professional level. But being a Cade Cunningham fan, the big knock on him coming out of college was people were saying like he has all the intangibles. He's a great basketball player, a great leader. But people try to paint him as soft. They try to say that he was too soft. He didn't really have a backbone. Some people even try to call him a pushover and say that he gets rattled easily and then shuts down. He goes to a tough situation like Detroit where you have to be as mentally tough as you can possibly be to survive the type of basketball hell that they've been going through the last couple of years. And you look at them and like Q-Dog, like Rock, and like the stats show, Detroit is playing some really good basketball and sneakily one of the best teams in the league. And they're doing it by playing Detroit basketball, that gritty, that tough bad boys era type basketball, and it's working for them. It's like similarly in the NFL, when teams get away from their identities and stop doing what they do best, they tend to suffer a lot for it. Right when
Very
they
true.
get back to playing like Pittsburgh football, they playing Raider football, they start producing winning seasons and sometimes even championships, like Detroit has done in the past. So I'm incredibly proud and thankful that not only is Cade Cunningham doing it well, he's doing it well in a way that many people didn't think that he could do it in the first place. So first and foremost, very happy there. But with Coach Bickerstaff, in all honesty, I never really agree with coaches like that, especially in basketball, because coming from a football background. But I agree 1,000% with what he's saying. And to be honest with you, I have a much bigger issue with the National Basketball Association as a whole, and not to be on my Q dog or host type vibe, but how do you complain about something like the All-Star game being too soft and too uncompetitive and due on the lack of effort, and you want to bring that intensity back to the game, and you have a team that's up and coming and on the rise, a historic basketball franchise at that, but as a former champion in your league, they're bringing that same thing that you've been wanting. They're bringing it back, and you're trying to punish them for it because it's too rough. It's too vulgar. It's not a style of basketball that we play in the NBA. I don't understand that. Like, do you want physical competitive basketball like you had in your heyday back in the 90s? Or do you want this soft, watered down product that we've been getting for years that's really driving your fans away? There's a reason why you keep having to recruit all these players from overseas, because basketball in America ain't really all that good because of the influence that the NBA has on the game overall. So I don't know, man. You can't have your cake and eat it too if you're the
There
NBA.
you go.
You want competitive physical basketball or you don't. But also,
Mm.
even on a deeper level than that, a problem that really has been an issue my entire life as a basketball fan is I can talk shit about the president of the United States and face less punishment than I would if I were a player or a coach in the NBA saying anything that the NBA deems as negative about the referees. I get the referees are people too, and I understand that human beings have feelings and all that, but I literally can't say anything bad about them without possibility of facing a fine or a suspension for
Yeah.
saying anything remotely critical of a player. Like, I really
Right.
remember all the times Chris Paul was about to go off the handles on some refs and had to be calmed down because the team couldn't afford to lose him to a
Yeah.
suspension or a fine because they knew how the NBA would act. So that's kind of like my biggest issue with them is like, why is it so wrong for people to say something negative about these officials, especially like in the case of Coach Bickerstaff? He's telling the truth. Like, there is some uneven officiating going on, and it does unfairly punish the teams who are trying to get after it, trying to play highly physical, competitive basketball again, which is what, my opinion, is what made us all fall in love with the NBA in the first place. The only way you're going to get these dudes to play harder and to play more physical is if you have teams like Detroit. Because one thing we can all agree on as men, I might play it cool, might play it easy, but the moment you start like you keep pushing my button after I tell you to stop, and the moment I feel like you're starting to question my masculinity as a man, like, all right, now, bro, I got to step up and put you in your place. I'm not having that. You're not gonna bully me. You're not gonna punk me. And then when everybody's fired up, you gonna have a much more better product on the floor. It's gonna be more competitive, high energy basketball that people love.
I agree, and by you just saying what those few words, what you just said, I agree with you because like Rock stated, Kay Cunningham went to Miami, hit the game winner. It was kind of like a fuck you type, you know, and that's what I like. If I was Bickerstaff, I'd be sitting there smiling like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. That's how you hit them. That's how you hit the league. You hit them hard, just like that. Kay Cunningham, a couple of games later, Kay Cunningham, bam, in Miami, game winner. Telling the league to hush up. You can't do nothing to them but win. Can't do nothing to them but win. Same way with the Raiders. You know, where you know, Rozelle, man, he was talking about, Washington this, Washington that, Washington this, Washington that, Washington this, Washington that, Washington. All right. But at the end of the game, who hosting that trophy?
That's right. The team that was too physical. The team that was
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you hit them.
Bad guys. Yeah.
That's why I tell my kids, I'm gonna shut up. When my kids say, Coach, referee called a foul. Coach, I said, look, let me deal with the ref. You play the game. Or you know, I say that. Or if the crowd cheering for them. If the crowd cheering for them, I said, if y'all want them to hush, this is how y'all get the crowd to hush. Score. Play defense. Hit them in the mouth. I don't even care if you hit a three-pointer and you do this, or a shot and you do it. I don't care. But that's how you get them to hush. I like the Pistons, and I like Bickerstaff and his leadership, and I like where he's going with it. I'm going to support the Detroit Pistons just because of that shit. I'm going to support them. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for a brother trying to do positive. Like you said, man, you trying to do positive. I'm all for that shit, man. And we need to, as men, not to make this a barbershop episode, but as men, we need to support. If a man doing like that and he doing positive, bro, I got your back.
Yeah.
Make that shit happen. So
I really hope they go on a run.
I support Anthony Mackie.
Bully Boston out the playoffs. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
I hope they go ahead and shove Boston right off the
Oh, damn.
And take the title for themselves, bro.
Whoa.
Take that physicality of the Boston beat them. Yeah.
Hell no. Nah, they ain't gonna beat the Celtics. You crazy as hell.
It would be the perfect story. The team that gets chastised all the time for being too rough and too physical and too unlike what the NBA wants. Not only did we beat your best team, but we took your title too. What more can you say about
the
it?
Celtics? No, bro.
A guy can dream, but I'm just saying that would be the ultimate way to take it to the NBA.
Okay.
Knock off
I don't think
and win the title.
I don't think the Celtics will like it. I don't think they would like all that physicality. I think they'll just have to
do what the Celtics don't like.
I don't know who our coach is. Joe Mazzulla. You know who our coach is? You know who our coach is? Joe Mazzulla.
I got one of his disciples right now, man.
Joe Mazzulla is our head coach.
I agree with you.
Man, don't do nothing but watch UFC. He definitely brings physicality to our
exactly.
To our
but I agree
Joe
with you.
Mazzulla ain't rocking like that.
I agree with you. Q said they ain't gonna like it, but you guys got to know.
Listen, is Luka gonna like it?
Al Horford is but listen, Al Horford is a motherfucker. Al Horford is a motherfucker, bro. I'm telling you,
Luka gonna like the physicality. LeBron gonna like the physicality.
Al Horford put you on your ass. I've seen it when they played when he played the University of Florida. Him and Joe Kim put you on your ass. He will, bro. And I don't care how old he is.
We'll see the Lakers. We'll see the Lakers down the road.
The Lakers.
We'll see the Lakers down the road.
In the finals?
It's possible. Lakers good enough to get to the finals. They are. The way they've been playing.
We'd have beat y'all in Boston and LeBron would have left that game. Because we was coming back. We was like, 3 or 4 points in.
Yeah.
We came back.
Yeah,
Y'all
he
had
had
us
his
20
squad.
points. Y'all had us 20 points down, and we
Mhm.
started walking y'all down.
Yeah.
If LeBron wouldn't have got hurt, I think we would have beat. We'd have won y'all. We'd have beat.
I mean, the series, y'all beat us on Christmas, I think. Nah, we ain't play y'all Christmas.
You don't play. We don't play y'all twice a year.
Yeah, y'all won the first game in LA.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we won in Boston. But I'm
We
saying,
coming back though. We're down by
in
25
the
or something.
finals, we can possibly meet in the finals. Our teams can possibly meet.
Can't see that shit. I was sold on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, bro. That dude's a dog. He is a that motherfucker. He's a killer, bro. SGA is a killer. He should have who?
I don't got OKC going to the finals.
I got him over the Lakers. Man,
LeBron,
SGA is a dog.
LeBron in the series against a team, yo. It's I done seen it happen.
I feel you.
They look different. The crazy thing about it is this Lakers squad, they didn't play the Denver Nuggets 3 times in the last 2 weeks or some shit.
No, the Nuggets have lost it to me. They lost it, bro.
They've been competitive with the Nuggets in their last 3 games. In their last 3 games, they didn't play the Nuggets. And
that's true.
People out there got the Denver Nuggets going to the finals.
No, I don't see that.
If people got Nuggets going to the finals from the Western Conference, the Lakers can get there, especially depending on the matchup.
I agree with you.
They looking to play Memphis right now. If the playoffs started today, the Lakers would play Memphis. That's a good matchup for them. In that second round matchup, they're gonna end up probably getting, if Houston get out of their first round. Lakers against Houston. Come on now. LeBron against Dylan Brooks. We seen what LeBron does against Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, that's facts. So, you can't knock out Golden State too, man, because they are on a roll since Jimmy Butler. So
they ain't Steph hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt right now.
Did Steph get hurt the other night?
Yeah, I mean, way back before the playoffs, but I'm going to change my. I can see the Lakers there, but I just don't feel LeBron and Luka. They just two big crybabies on the team. Just really don't, ain't gonna work out. But what did I know?
I mean, hey, Golden State got I think they 5th right now.
I'm gonna stand on business, like I said last year. Boston will win 2 in a row. Boston will win the NBA Finals again. They are the most complete team in the NBA. They are fucking ruthless. Boston Celtics are going to go.
See.
They're going to win 19 this year.
We will see.
The Boston is shit. They the shit. But
we will see.
There was supposed to be a disruptor this year, but
we will see.
Oh, hell no. I see Boston. Boston, baby. As Kevin going there say. But let's go to the gridiron.
High percentage, but that's why they play the playoffs.
Damn Celtics, bro. Boy. Let's go to the gridiron here, man. Boy, y'all, Cincinnati, what in the hell is going on in the Natty? The Bengals. We used to call them as a kid the Bungles. The Bungles agreed to terms with wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on a 4-year contract extension. Cincinnati's double dip is done. The Bengals have agreed to terms with wide receiver Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on contract extensions. This was on Sunday night. Chase extension is for 4 years. Check this out, Q. His extension, 4 years, Q. $161 million, which makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Meanwhile, Mark Higgins has agreed to a 4-year, $115 million deal to keep the dynamic duo together. Chase's mega deal was well earned and a long time coming. He has reached the Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl? We still saying that? Pro Bowl? All right. But he has reached a Pro Bowl in each of his 4 seasons and broke through for his first All-Pro selection during the 2024 campaign. He and the Bengals were in discussions on a long-term extension last preseason negotiation that included Chase holding in for a portion of training camp to protect himself against injury. But the talks never accumulated in putting pen to paper. Chase went on to capture the receiving triple crown with 127 receptions, 1,708 yards, and 17 touchdowns. An explosion in production for an already prolific wideout. That wanted even more money to match his value. Now, he's now set to stay a Bengal, prolonging a partnership with quarterback Joe Burrow that dates back to their college days at LSU. Still just 25 years old, Chase already has 5,425 yards and 46 touchdowns on 395 career receptions, which is pretty impressive. All right, Higgins, who arrived to Cincinnati in 2020 with Burrow 1 year before Chase, has likewise endured a lengthy road to payday. He's coming off his 4 season out of 5 with 900 plus receiving yards, having added a career high 10 touchdown catches to bring his totals to 4,595 yards and 34 touchdowns on 330 receptions as a Bengal. Read all this in. Okay. Yeah, I might as well read the rest of it. His biggest impediment was always been injury troubles, which again caused him to miss 5 games during the 2024 campaign and likely contribute to the Cincinnati twice placing a franchise tag on him. But now that an extension has replaced the tag, Higgins is set to stay alongside Chase for the foreseeable future and one half of one of the NFL's best wide receiver duos. The development is sure to make Burrow happy, as the quarterback has repeatedly expressed a desire to keep his offensive core together. Will other teams needing to defend the Chase-Higgins tandem share in that joy? Not so much. Okay. Let's go to Mark. I'm going to go to Mark on this one. Gotta go to Mark on this one, bruh. Y'all know how I'm coming with this, but I'm just going to say this. They said best wide receiver duo, and they forgot about them 2 guys in Minnesota. But that's just here. That's just me. I'm shutting the hell up about that. But your take, Mark, on my question is let me talk here. Was this a smart move on the Bengals organization to give both receivers so much money? And the second part is, how much would a defense struggle in 2025? Help me out with this shit going on in Cincinnati.
Okay, so in order for me to answer this question or these questions, I do need to give a disclosure to everybody watching, but specifically members of the Real to Sports podcast panel. In order for me to make my point here, I have to do something that I don't normally do and give praise to the Minnesota Vikings sincerely. So please hear me out with what I'm about to say. This is the stupidest move on top of a string of stupid moves this organization has done over the last number of years. This is not how you build a successful, consistently good football team. And look at the Vikings as an example of what you need to do to build a consistent football team. You're supposed to build a team from the trenches outward. You invest in the offensive line. You get you some good defensive linemen.
Yes.
You get a good running back. You get some good linebackers. You get some good receivers. You get some good corners. And then you get the quarterback. Because even if the quarterback isn't up to par, at least by him having a good team around him, your team will still be competitive. That is the reason why over the last number of years, the Bengals have been consistently good at flashes, great, but mostly bad. And teams like Minnesota for the last decade have been consistently sniffing around, if not full-blown in the playoffs because of the team building. Look at the moves that they've done this year compared to the moves that Cincinnati has done. You're paying a quarterback, but you don't have any money left over to build a defense. You're paying your wide receivers, but you don't have any offensive linemen. They took Jamar Chase in the draft a number of years ago after damn near killing Joe Burrow because he had no protection. Penei Sewell was sitting right there. And we've seen how great of a lineman Penei Sewell has been in the NFL.
Exactly.
And the Bengals
Exactly.
passed on him to add offensive firepower. And what have they done since? Their quarterback still cannot stay healthy. They still can't protect him. They can't run the damn ball. And they can't stop anybody on defense to win enough games to make the freaking playoffs. You cannot outscore a team 97-0 every single week in the NFL.
Come on,
It ain't
Mark.
gonna happen, bro. You can
Yes,
have
sir.
Dallas wouldn't have been Dallas if they would have just gotten Michael Irvin and freaking Troy Aikman. They had to build a Great Wall of Dallas. They had to build a defense in order for them to go out and compete and win championships. Football is called the ultimate team sport, and Cincinnati's good at doing the sexy moves, the moves that look good, paying the sexy positions that make all the headlines. But I'm trying to tell you, you ask any quarterback who has ever played football, were you successful in your career? Some would say yes, some would say no. But every single one that said that they were successful and achieved the highest of highs in the National Football League all had great teams around them. They all had offensive linemen. They had backers. They had running backs, not just quarterback and freaking receiver, man. What you need to do is take a page out of, again, I keep going back to them, but take a page out of Minnesota's book. Instead of overpaying the quarterback, they spent that money on the rest of the team, made smart trades, made smart draft decisions, and look at them. Whether or not J.J. McCarthy is it or not, they're still going to be a really competitive football team for a long time to come because they have a good foundation. Cincinnati, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but
I don't get it.
This is not going to work. Joe Burrow is going to keep getting hurt. Jamar Chase ain't going to get the ball, so he's just going to whine and complain and go on a tangent and probably force his way out of Cincinnati like all the other wide receivers do. Higgins, he might turn into something. He might stick around. But if the quarterback keeps getting hit and doesn't have time to throw him the ball, and if the defense can't get a stop on third down when y'all really need it late in the game, you ain't going to win a lot. So I don't agree with this at all. In case you can't tell, this is a very stupid move, and I really wish that Cincinnati would see what you're doing isn't working, so maybe it's time to change it up. Your coach never has you ready to go at the start of the season. You always start late. And I'm done. I'm gonna just end up going on a rant.
I love it. God damn it. That's why I love this show. I love this show, man. I love it. Mark was cooking. God damn it.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school. Maybe it's because I played too much Madden, too much college football. You can have a 5-star quarterback. You can have a 5-star receiver. If you ain't got no time in the pocket, if you can't run that football, if you can't get a stop on 3rd and 1 to give your team a chance to win the game, it ain't gonna matter.
That's what we were talking about before the show. Why the hell you change Joe Mixon? You get rid of a bell cow like that? Oh my God! What the? I love this show. This show is sponsored by Loci.
And one more thing I want to say. At least in the case of Minnesota, when they did pay Justin Jefferson, not only was it worth it, but Justin Jefferson is a team player. The dude goes out there and he shows up and shows out because he cares about football. The only person that Jamar Chase cares about is Jamar freaking Chase. And if he is not happy, and if he's not getting the football, and if he's not scoring touchdowns, he's gonna quickly turn into a locker room cancer, and you're gonna have the second coming of Keyshawn Johnson on your hands. Only this time it's going to be even worse.
Or Stephon Diggs. Exactly. I agree with you.
And you see, when Stephon Diggs was starting to outweigh his welcome in Minnesota, they got him the hell up out of there and did smart moves. And again, have consistently been winning football games or consistently been a great football team, even being in a tough division. Minnesota has consistently been able to be good and sometimes great because they make smart decisions. You need people that make smart moves to have success in the National Football League.
You need to, Mark. And I'm going to say this, and I wasn't going to say shit. But that's what I'm saying. Justin Jefferson, goddamn it. I'm going to tell you why I like that dude, because the dude never complained about money. It was a press conference. They said, oh, Jefferson, you haven't got your contract yet. And he said these words literally, I'm not worried about the contract. The money's going to come. I just want to bring a championship to Minnesota. That's all he care about. Give a fuck about it. But this dude right here, and I love Jamar Chase. He's the great wide receiver, second best in the league to me. But goddamn, you shut down in the whole preseason. You shut down training camp because you ain't got no money. I ain't paying me. What kind of shit is that? Like Mark said, you ain't care for the team, bro. Care for your damn self. Trying to get a bag. Get out of here, man. Justin Jefferson did it, and he got a shitload of money. And the Minnesota, I'll let Q handle all that. But yeah, Mark Cook, man. Mark Cook, I'm fired the fuck up. Fired up, goddamn. Check out my goddamn coat. I'm hot. Fired up. I want to tell my MVP. What you think? Mark,
well, I honestly think it was this was a dumb analytic move by the organization for the Cincinnati Bengals. And the reason I say it was a dumb analytic move is because why did they franchise tag T. Higgins if they was just going to extend him? They was going to extend him. Why give him why write up a franchise tag? They didn't have to extend him this year. They could have let him play on that franchise tag. They could have extended Jamar Chase and used whatever cap left over to extend on that offensive line or that defense. But like you said, I remember but it's the same thing you guys said. I think they trying to build this team off of analytics. Okay, the more we have them three guys on the field together, the more our projected wins total may go up, this, that, and the third. But they're not looking at the trenches of the game, the things that actually make the game what it is, that can actually situational football. They're not thinking about that. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. To me, it seemed like the Cincinnati Bengals got this NBA mentality where you remember they were always trying to put three superstars together, like Philly. Philly put brought Paul George to Philly, and B not playing, Tyrese Maxey and them. They some god. They right now in the bottom total pole of the East. So the same situation I feel like is with the Bengals. They didn't really have to extend T. Higgins this year. They already gave him a franchise tag. Boom. You know what I'm saying? To me, I just felt like they just got greedy. It was like, okay, we don't want to go through this next year because we gave him a franchise tag. Then why didn't y'all just extend the man from the beginning and then handle y'all business with Jamar Chase during the season? Because now Trey Hendrickson, who was their best defensive end this year, their pass rusher who led the league in sacks, he's requesting the trade.
He's getting the hell out of there.
They actually allow him to request a trade. How do you allow your guy who led the league in sacks walk out the door and not even attempt to try to pay this man? They could have gave him the franchise tag and extended their wide receivers if they was really trying to keep everybody like they said they was trying to keep everybody. Yes. But you see, Burrow got his money, Chase got his, and T. Higgins got what was left over. And Mark, I want to tell you something. Jamar Chase is a team oriented guy. You know, when the reporter said that T. Higgins was a number 2 receiver, he called him 1A.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
He acknowledged that the guy next to him is on the same level as him and deserves to be paid the same way. But you know how organizations are. But me and you both know if T. Higgins was on the market to go somewhere, the Raiders would have been on his line to pick him up as their number 1 receiver. We would have my Jags would have been doing the same thing. So the guy deserved his money at the end of the day on that note. But I also would like to say that they are going to be looking. They're going to be looking at the Browns, the Ravens, and the Steelers this year. They're going to be looking up at them 3 teams in their division.
That's what I'm talking about.
How did we didn't get better in the trenches?
Yep.
And we getting dogged walk, but we putting up 40 points a game.
Yep.
Bad philosophy right there. So
exactly.
If you don't mind me asking,
yes, sir.
What was the years? What's the duration on their contract?
4 years.
Yeah, how many years?
4.
For both of them?
Yes, sir. 4.
So that means they can cut him after 2 years based off of production because they gonna have they didn't guarantee their money within maybe the first 2 to 3 years of that contract.
This shit is gonna blow
make
up.
them move even more.
One of them gonna get. I agree with Mark on this though.
Yeah.
One of them two gonna get traded by that third year.
And it's in my opinion, it should have been T. Higgins this year because, like you just pointed out, Rock, there were a crap ton of wide receiver desperate teams that would have been willing to give you some draft picks in exchange for that. Draft picks that you could have then used to make more moves to strengthen your football team.
This is going to blow up in their face. This is going to blow up because, like Mark said, these, especially Jamar, he still got a little, to me, Bengals fans, if you're watching, I know you may get offended, but to me, the guy still got a little diva in him. It's gonna blow up in their face. See, well, that's what I'm talking about, man. Nobody want that on their team. We talk about Stephon Diggs, even Devontae Adams did us like that, and now they talking about George Pickens coming to the Raiders. What would we want him for? His attitude is shit. Why would we want him? We don't need players like that. Jamar Chase is just going to blow up. He got his money now, and he's going to want more money later because he's all about the dollar. Fuck that. Like Rock said, you gotta compete. You're going to be looking up at Pittsburgh. You're going to be looking at Baltimore. You're going to be looking at who else? Who else there? Cleveland. You're going to look up at them.
How is Joe Burrow going to get Jamar Chase and T. Higgins the ball when he going to have Myles Garrett coming after him?
Is Joe Burrow going to be healthy enough?
Myles Garrett or
this is the same guy that got sacked 9 goddamn times.
They saw that. They literally saw that, host, and saw how literally if he would have had 1 extra second of protection, Jamar Chase was open on that last play in the Super Bowl against the Rams. If Burrow would have had a fraction of a second more to throw it, they would be world champions right now. They saw that shit and still went out in the draft and didn't do nothing to fix it.
Nope.
Like instead of having Jamar Chase in that situation, you could have had Penei Sewell. That could have been the difference between you being a world champion,
yes,
and being in this position. Like,
Q, my man Q. We praised, and Mark just did the unthinkable. But he really put your Vikings. He put your Vikings on, and that goes to show you, though, real shit. That goes to show you that Kwesi, your GM Q, is doing a phenomenal fucking job. And I told you that personally. I say, man, that dude should be GM of the year. Like, because that guy, he evaluates, and he really cares about it. I'm not saying other GMs don't, but I'm just saying he hits. Since day one, that guy been in office, he's been hitting and clicking on all cylinders for the Minnesota Vikings. But anyway, your take on the Bengals and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase getting massive contracts.
Well, I mean, just like everybody in the panel said, I mean, they're spending the money on the wrong places. You know, that's the problem when you have a dog receiver, and then you got another potential number 2 receiver that is good too, but you lacking on other places. And just like Mark said, you got Myles Garrett you face twice a year, who is a problem. You know it straight up. It's a problem. Yes, so why not get you a defensive end to anchor that side? You're going to see him twice a year and get you, like, go in the trenches and protect your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Invest money in your line instead of, putting all your money in your skilled players. T. Higgins is good, but you can't put money in both players like that when you know that you lack in other positions of need. You just got to let one go. And T. Higgins would have been the man. You could have got another 2. It probably would have been as dominant as he had, but you can get a number 2 when you got a dominant number 1. To me, well, that's a price.
Come on,
and then you take that money and you invest in a defensive line to face Myles Garrett every year, because a man is going to be on your quarterback ass twice a year. So that being said, and in your defense, you're investing in the wrong places, man, and you're trying to, like Mark said, you're trying to score. Unless you're going to score 90 points a game, you're throwing to these players, they're gonna score four touchdowns a piece every game. That's the way you're gonna beat them. But you know, it's gonna be hard to beat if you're not really solid at other positions. It's just not going to work. And then in this division, which I like about this division, because everybody play outside, so that brings some type of toughness. You know, that brings some type of toughness that they can play in immaculate weather on the outside. So that brings a physical fineness without just a track type of teams that you play all the time. So that being said, you know, you got your boy from Pittsburgh. You know, you got that beat, huh?
You talking about George Pickens?
No, the defensive end.
TJ
Watt.
TJ Watt coming at you twice a year.
Oh,
I mean, come on now. That was to me. That was on the general manager and the coach. They didn't get their heads together right.
No, sir.
They didn't get their heads together right, man, because you're so shining on like y'all had everything in place except for the offense. But you know, you had to pay one of these guys. And I understand Chase. But you couldn't have to pay Higgins all that money. You could let him walk.
Yeah, you franchised him already. What the fuck?
Yeah, let him walk, take that money, get you a solid ass defensive end.
Yeah.
The offensive lineman, a left tackle or something, to face these damn dominant ass these problems that you're gonna have twice a year. I mean, that's what, twice, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that's a fourth of a season that you have to face two dominant ass defensive ends that are problems. They are problems, man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand that. What? That's what you're supposed to do. You know you're going to see them.
OG, to make the point even better, why let T. Higgins walk? I'm not saying resign him, but you could have easily traded him because there were a ton of teams who were desperately trying to get a hold of him. We kept hearing like all the money the Patriots are going to throw at him, how much money the Raiders are going to throw at him because those teams needed receivers. So they were willing to not only sign him to a long-term contract, but potentially trade with you where you get something in return for it.
Right.
That would have been the best route. You would have gotten something back.
Yeah, you like we was trying to do with Sam Donald. We was trying to trade him.
Yeah.
But they waited till the end. When you don't get no trade values, that's when you cut them.
Yeah, that's
you know,
yeah.
So that thing, like you said, you know, you could have got some picks. That way you go into the draft and get some of these big ass hogs, and you know what I'm saying, to beef up the damn offensive line. You know, So that's the thing about it. You know, I mean, I wouldn't. You don't pay. This is the first time I ever known 2 wide receivers getting paid that amount of money at the same time. I ain't never known that. That's to me. I think that's history to me. I ain't never seen that. But it's gonna backfire in your damn face because like you said, you don't got nobody to protect you from these two monsters that you're gonna see four times a year. Yep. Less alone you go play other teams that got good defensive ends that can get to the quarterback. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're supposed to get somebody to block out the sun. But I don't understand that. That's a crazy ass move. You didn't beat up on defense, you know. It's gonna be tragic. Like they say, these two they gonna probably be bumping heads because Joe Burrow ain't gonna had a chance to get the damn ball off.
I don't know if they're gonna have chemistry issues. I feel like they're used to playing together and they know how each other operate.
But as far as getting the ball though,
he's not going to be able to hit him like that because of that line is going to be so shitty. It's going to put him under pressure all the time. And then guess what? Who's going to start complaining? I'm not getting the passes. I'm not getting this.
Well, that's what receivers do. Well, see, that's the problem.
They got
how much salary cap? Mark?
Yeah. What's their cap room? They cap space.
Well, see, that's the problem you have with receivers, man. When they come back to the huddle, they don't touch that ball, man. They get lost.
There you go.
They get lost in the offense. They really do, man. They come back complaining, say they was open and all this shit like that, and then the quarterback forces the fucking ball to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You're gonna be forcing it, and then one of them guys gonna get goddamn hurt. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody's gonna get hurt. And it's sad. We just podcasters. We're not professionals.
We play them this year.
Podcasters, but damn. But
Yeah, we play the whole division. We play the whole division this year.
You know, and like I say, man, we just podcasters, man, but we're not professionals. But goddamn, we've been watching this game a very, very long time, and we know the situations where it come to players. I mean, me personally, I think Cincinnati just hit the panic button early as shit.
Mm-hmm.
They hit it early. They hit it quickly. Like, oh my god, oh we can't let him go.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So to make the situation even worse, I just pulled up an article from Sports Illustrated. The Bengals actually could have saved some money even with the Jamar Chase situation, because the article reads, and I quote, "The Bengals could have cleared significant cap space with both contracts to add more veterans to their roster in free agency. Instead, they essentially broke even. Jamar Chase's 2025 cap hit went up by $1.75 million to $23.575 million in 1 year. What they could have done was turned it into a signing bonus that would have freed up. Where'd it go? They could have had an additional $12 million in cap space if they just would have converted $12 to $14 million in space to use on a starting guard, veteran pass rusher, or even a proven defensive back. If they would have done that, $12 to $14 million that they literally could have saved, even by doing something as minor as making Jamar Chase's money part of a signing bonus.
See, hit the panic button too early.
But at the same time, if I can ask host a question real quick, and Q-Dog, because all are OG fans of football longer than I am. Wasn't that the big knock on Cincinnati for years that they didn't pay people within their own building? Just to give them a little bit of grace. Wasn't that one of their big things before?
Yeah.
I still think it's a bad move, but
but I get what you're saying,
they
Mark.
were the Carolina Panthers.
They're trying to change the narrative. How they gonna change it?
Yeah, but they changing it the wrong time. They doing it in a stupid ass way. They give it away. They give it away. Look at this. 115 to 79. You need defense, bro. Like, you can put up 100 points, but you're gonna give up. You're gonna give up 100 points.
They ain't really had a good defense since Mike Zimmer had them.
Come on, Q.
Yeah, that's true. Since
Mike, come on, Q.
Mike Zimmer had they
could have got Brandon Sheriff. They could have got Zadarius Smith. Could have re-signed Trey Henderson. Like, right now, they currently have $11 million in cap space after you account for rookie contracts and the practice squad. You know, the draft's still coming up.
So technically, they ain't gonna have. They probably won't even be. Will they be able to really? They're not gonna. How many draft picks they got? They probably got a less number of draft picks too. Because if they got $11 million in cap space, they can't sign more than 5 of their draft picks.
I'm gonna say this, man.
Well, you know the rookie deals, especially depending on where you get drafted, those rookie deals don't really amount to too much because of the rookie salary cap.
But they got a first round pick, right?
They got 6 picks in the draft, rounds 1 through 6. They don't have a 7th.
Okay, so if Joe Burrow can't get the job done this year, there's no goddamn excuse.
Yeah,
there's no excuse, because if you're investing in your line to protect your golden child, then he will
there's no excuse for Josh Allen.
Josh Allen too. Same way.
He can't beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
I agree with you. I agree with you,
for Lamar Jackson.
Do you want to open up that can of worms, Rock?
These dudes got massive bags.
It's
massive.
It's the truth.
I think Josh Allen gets a pass.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Hear me
out.
He
got a lot of money, bro.
Hear me out. He got paid, but he's done a lot more with less than a lot of other quarterbacks have done with more than that. He had
the opportunity again. He had the opportunity again to beat Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen
had the opportunity again to beat that man.
The ref was on the payroll a little bit.
Hold up though, Rod. If you look back at that game, he made an unbelievable throw with all kinds of pressure in his face. He put it on the tight end's hands, and the tight end dropped the ball. That's really not on Josh Allen.
All right, so that means Mark. That mean you heard what you said, right? So y'all heard that. So
the quarterback.
Hold on. Let me finish. So when you see Drew to the game sometime this year, or if Drew to the game on the show, I don't want to hear you tell him it's Lamar Jackson's fault that Mark Andrews dropped the football, because you just gave Josh Allen a pass. Y'all heard that, right? The whole world, the whole YouTube just heard you say that. So remember that.
On that one.
Mark Andrews dropped the pass from Lamar Jackson that could have kept them out of the playoff.
Respectfully. I will never ease up on my criticism of Lamar Jackson, because respectfully, Lamar Jackson wouldn't have put them in a position to make a play in that final moment. Lamar Jackson would have folded. And I put him in a position.
You just said the same thing that Josh Allen did.
Josh Allen put his takeover bag
dropped the ball, right?
Chicken salad out of chicken crab. Josh Allen made that play. Every angle of replay you saw in that joint, that was a Josh Allen play. Right. You do not see Lamar Jackson making plays like that in critical moments in the game.
What was the outcome? The same outcome happened, right?
It is, but why I'm saying it gives Josh Allen a pass, and why it doesn't give Lamar a pass, is because Josh Allen made the play. Lamar Jackson don't make plays.
No mas. He don't get no pass. No mas. He doesn't get a pass. We just did the same thing. Lamar Jackson threw a pass to Mark Andrews in the playoff game against Buffalo. Mark Andrews dropped it. Lamar Jackson don't get a pass. Josh Allen threw a pass to who was it? Dalton Kincaid or something? It was Kincaid, right?
You comparing apples to oranges, bro.
Yeah.
And he dropped the pass, right? But Josh Allen did Josh Allen like things. Lamar Jackson ain't do Lamar Jackson like things.
Hosting the AFC Championship game. What did Lamar Jackson do in that game?
They both don't get a pass,
team
bro.
On his back.
Well, T-Rock, you're fighting an uphill battle, because you know Mark don't have no love for Lamar Jackson. You have to know that. He don't believe in the man.
Lamar Jackson. I would say this about any other quarterback. You can say the same. I can make the same argument for Baker freaking Mayfield, and all the times he put Tampa Bay on his back last season and had them in positions to win. He did that because of his play. He was a playmaker. When the Ravens need Lamar Jackson the most, he don't be making the plays, bro. You get a pass this year because the
wasn't on him though.
The ball. But other years, bro, Lamar do not come through when y'all need him to the most. But y'all give him excuses and credit every time. Like, nah, bro. Nah.
So that means that Josh Allen get a pass because his defense couldn't stop Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen gets a pass because Josh Allen did everything.
Don't goddamn rev screw Buffalo.
Play. That's what people are missing. If you look at that
right,
play, look at what Josh
I'm
Allen
trying to figure out what does he do that Lamar Jackson don't do?
He makes plays when his team needs it, dog. Lamar folds under pressure. He do not show up in the big time games on the big time moments. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
They both got the same record against number 15, right?
Yes, they do. But if you look
Lamar
at the
Jackson
tape,
got one more MVP than him, right?
Yes.
So
and to put it in other terms,
and when they play,
to put it in other terms,
I think Lamar got a
not right. Hear me out.
Josh Allen won in the playoffs over.
Put it in other terms if you understand. JBL and Jinder Mahal both held the WWE title the same amount of times. But if you look at the film, JBL's run was a hell of a lot better, and he had a hell of a lot better performance than Jinder Mahal did with the title.
That's damn sure not a good comparison.
Come on, bro. You can. This is like comparing me to Philly G in a wrestling trivia match, bro. Like, come on, what are we doing here, man?
It's not. That's not comparable. You gotta have something that's comparable with the other guy is carrying his own. Lamar Jackson carried his own. So them comparisons that you making comparisons of of a person getting being a one-trick pony or getting lucky. We talking about a person holding their own. The comparison would be you and me. That's a comparison because I can hold my own against you. That's a comparison.
And every time that you've lost to me, it wasn't because of it wasn't because of a lack of effort on your part. You just lost because the other dude across the ring from you was better.
And that's what happened.
That ain't what happened when Lamar. Lamar drops the ball. There is no reason why they should have lost that AFC title game. They were at home in they crib. Kelsey and Mahomes punked them in they end zone.
Things happen, man.
They did not fight back. We're talking apples and oranges here.
I understand that. I understand that AFC championship game, but I'm talking about when we comparing the two players, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
We compare how they performed against Patrick Mahomes.
Don't get a pass.
Critical moment.
They don't get a pass this year. Whatever outcome they do this year, them two dudes do not get a pass.
All right, if you want to set that standard going forward, I'm with it. But if you want to talk about what we've seen so far, you're comparing apples and oranges, bro.
I mean, people gonna argue that all day based off of who gets a pass because of certain outcomes of playoff games. I mean, Tom Brady won 7 rings off of passes, man. So
he won rings off of Adam Vinatieri's foot.
So yeah,
he still put his team in position to get there in the first place. Lamar Jackson wouldn't have done that.
I don't know, man. Lamar Jackson put his team in position for Mark Andrews to drop the football. It's the same thing you said. Josh Allen put his team in position for Dalton Kincaid to drop the football. Mark Andrews dropped the football. Lamar Jackson got them in a position for them to make that play, right? For that play to happen.
I will give you that for this particular game, but I ain't talking about Lamar Jackson overall. I've seen it with my own eyes, P-Rock. He had a 10-point lead against my Raiders who didn't have a quarterback on their roster all season. He gave up a 10-point lead against the Raiders, and that was the best game we had all season. Years before that, this man had the football in overtime against a trash-ass Raider team with no wide receivers, and he still
got y'all thrown out too.
Like, come on,
get kick the fuck
out. Hey, T-Rock, that guy got their ass kicked out.
Take that goddamn jersey off. I want Ravens jersey.
Hey, T-Rock, if they would have lost, T-Rock, we would have stayed a little longer, but they kicked their ass. I had to go with them. I ain't had nothing to do with it.
Hey, I want everybody in the house to put their Baltimore Ravens jersey right here on the goddamn floor. Right here in front of my feet.
Hey, you talking about, hey, Rock, you talking about the whole house getting silent. Them motherfuckers got quiet in the motherfucker. Wow. They got quiet. They were talking junk the whole game long. But when the Raiders came back in the fourth quarter and kicked that field goal,
yes, sir.
Man, them mother heart dropped to their feet, man. They shut. All of them shut up.
I knew it was something.
Hey, Rock. One dude was trying to ease out the door. The host called his ass. He said, stay right here. He said, come here.
Get your ass here. Stay right here.
Hey, I was worried. That was crazy, though.
That shit was funny.
That week 2 weeks in fantasy and drew the game and Mark was going at it.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking at the game. I'm like, yo, Mark probably at this man house and them people was probably.
Hey, shout out to Drew to the game. Appreciate it. Hey,
Mark wasn't saying that. He wasn't saying that. Mark wasn't saying that the whole game. They weren't messing with them.
Yeah.
How many Raven fans was in? About 6, wasn't it? Including the women, right?
Way more than 6.
4.
It was like
7?
10 people in there.
About 7 or 8. 7 or 8.
It was close. Yeah, it was like close to 10 Ravens fans.
Yeah.
Default was waiting on me when
dude can't sat by me. The dude can't sat by me. He kept nudging me every time I got there in Baltimore to do something. Damn. I said, hey. But then got there, we started winning. That motherfucker sat on the other side of the room.
Yeah, he did.
Got real quiet. They left us alone, boy.
Bring your ass right here. I want every Baltimore Raven jersey right here at my feet right now. Goddammit. Take that shit off.
That was the biggest. I agree with the host.
Let's go.
Hit my
and then we went the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Oh man. That was good though.
They got hot and y'all went to shit.
We went to shit. We went to shit. Oh, one more before we get out of here, man. Aaron Rodgers, really quick. Really quick. Y'all just slam his ass really quick. Well, we got a few minutes. Let's slam her real quick. As we approach the final week of March, Aaron Rodgers is still a free agent. That was moving on the front Friday, however, as Rodgers visited the Pittsburgh Steelers facility. Rodgers left without a deal, and a signing is not imminent. Pittsburgh and Rodgers, who's 41 years old, have contract perimeters in place for weeks. Thusly, financial details were not a discussion point on Friday, as the visit was more about both parties getting to know each other. The New York Giants remain involved as a potential destination as well for Rodgers, who holds the decision in his hands. I'm going to go to the dog on this because the dog know this guy, and you face this guy 18 years. So Aaron Rodgers, is it a great place for him going to Pittsburgh? Is it a good idea? Or if Pittsburgh is not the team you think, then where you think this guy should land? Because he's getting on my goddamn nerves.
It's getting on my damn nerves too. I'm glad. I'm getting tired of his damn name being flown. I wish his ass retired. We stopped talking about him. He's a diva. He wants to sit back like he's a shit and waiting on what team really wants him bad to take him to, so he can take this damn team to a Super Bowl. He always the damn magic man to take the team to the Super Bowl. That wasn't the case for the fucking Jets. God. And look how much money they spent on him. So to me, I'm gonna take a page out of Mark's book where he said that sometimes, a lot of times you got to stay true to who you are. And the Steelers, I think that they always been a damn defense team. Defense, run that ball. Aaron Rodgers, he gonna want to sling that bitch. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You got DK Metcalf, you got Pickens. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's gonna take away from their true identity. I just really think I just think he ain't the kind of quarterback that they need. But that's what Aaron Rodgers. We all know he like to sling that damn ball. We know it. But now, can he take you to a championship? I mean, we know this man been around the league, and seen everything but the kitchen sink. But I can't say that he gonna take you to the promised land, because I mean, to me, he's all about Aaron Rodgers. He's all about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I think I would just stop trying to. If it didn't work out for the Jets, this man in his 20th year. I mean, I would just try something else, man. I just don't feel a man been around this long, one championship, one. I'm talking about one. one championship. And no, I say no. Fuck them. Let them go.
Fuck them.
Don't pick them. Yeah, get somebody else. I know there ain't too many out there, but get somebody else. Fuck it. Get your. I don't know what to do, but don't fuck with him.
Okay.
Don't let him. Don't let him. What he trying to do is trap y'all with his legacy. That's what he trying to do. That you need him, and he gonna come in there with that mentality too. Look how long he been. Ain't nobody picked him up, but he know that y'all. He let y'all go out there try to find anybody. Y'all ain't pick nobody up. He gonna force your hand. Then you gonna bring out the diva in him then.
Bring it out. Sorry, man.
You're gonna enhance it more. How about that?
There you go. There you go. Perfect word.
But that's all I gotta say about him, bro. I'm tired of talking about him. I'm tired of hearing about him. I wish his ass was tired.
I know that's right. I hear you on that shit. I hear you. Real quick, I know a couple Pittsburgh fans, and they like shit. They rather have Mason Rudolph start. Why not? Why the fuck not? You can do it. Why the fuck not? This guy got to be one of the most hated guys in the league. But anyway, MVP. Who you think, man? You think Aaron Rodgers is it right? Is the Pittsburgh Steelers the right team? If not, then where do you think this guy should go?
Well, I know this. If he do go there, he ain't gonna be wearing the number 12 jersey because
you damn sure ain't. That's
Hall of Fame quarterback. But I honestly think the Pittsburgh Steelers, they dropped the ball when they let Justin Fields go to the Jets. Because, like Q-Dog said, that build from the defense and run the ball mentality has been a part of the Pittsburgh Steelers aura, their moniker. Things that when you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers, you think about the running backs that they had and that defense that they had, and the quarterback just being able to not turn the ball over. So running back in the
Game
defense
manager.
That's
can
right. Game manager.
thrive. So Justin Fields fit that style, that mold for the team, because of the simple fact is all that they needed him to do is not turn the ball over. Give him a chance. And you have a good running game that they can kind of build off of, with the fact that he got two good number one receivers on the outside. You know what I'm saying? And Justin Fields is a running quarterback. So just think about the defenses that they're going to have to play against, where teams are going to have to hone in on thinking, oh, okay, man, the guy can scramble. So we need to put at least eight or nine people in the box.
Yep.
It spreads you out that way now. That's how Lamar Jackson's been able to thrive. But
Totally
but the only team he doesn't thrive against is the Pittsburgh Steelers for some strange reason. He
Totally
thrives
agree.
against everybody else, but in running the football, they hone down on that. So for me, I look at it like Aaron Rodgers need to just retire, bro. Like, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You did this to yourself, because the last place that begged for you to come to their organization, you got hurt the first year. The second year, you decided that going to Egypt or studying the space about aliens was much more important than learning the playbook, or being in the trenches with getting to know some of your offensive linemen that's got a block for you and things of that nature. Learning the scheme. He got a man fired, and the team was worse. The team only won one game, I think, after Robert Saleh got fired. I think the Jets only won 1 or 2 games, right?
One fucking game, bro.
They won one game right after Robert Saleh got fired, right?
Yeah.
But to go to show you who the problem was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
The coach can only do so much. I got all other 52 guys here. Damn, where's our quarterback? He in Botswana somewhere doing yoga, eating tea leaves and stuff like that. I'm just being facetious, I'm just joking around, trolling, what they say. But either way, it's a bad look. The brother got it. To me, I think he didn't kill this stock, his value in the NFL. Absolutely. He had like Q Dog said, that 1 year that they won the championship, they won the championship off the strength of getting hot. Yeah. They won it off of getting hot. They went into Atlanta, blew the doors off of Atlanta. They played a banged up team in the NFC Championship game. I mean, well, no, I think they blew Atlanta out in the wild card, and then
the divisional round.
Yeah, the divisional round, when they steamrolled whoever they played in the championship game. And then it's kind of crazy that he made lucky throws in that Super Bowl against Pittsburgh, because some of them throws he was throwing to Greg Jennings in that Super Bowl. Like, if you look at the window of how Aaron Rodgers was getting a ball through those small windows in the Super Bowl, yeah, a lot of people say, yeah, he's a great quarterback, talent-wise. But as a winner, a teammate, a leader, he is not one of those guys. So if I'm Pittsburgh, y'all know the Pittsburgh Steelers are known for having leaders of men in their organization. Absolutely. Some type of leaders of men. And absolutely. I don't think none of them guys in Pittsburgh will put up with Aaron Rodgers. They don't care what he can do. You see, Russell Wilson learned his time in Denver was different than his time in Pittsburgh. In Denver, he got that big contract. So, yeah, they had to cater to him. When he came to Pittsburgh, he was on that, they only had to pay him so much money because of the Denver contract. He had to cater to the organization. He had to cater to the foundation of what it is to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. And I don't see Aaron Rodgers doing that. Too much pride on that brother's side. He think he's smarter than everybody. He's the smartest person in the room. So I wouldn't do it. If I'm Pittsburgh, if I'm the Rooneys, don't bring that. Y'all let him visit the organization. Now tell that brother he can go take a trip to Cabo or something like that.
Yeah, get the hell out of here. So there's two. That's two guys. Two
I think he should watch panel for a year. He should watch. He should watch it for a year.
A year? He's 41. What the fuck?
I want to commentate. Like, he should do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do something. Pat McAfee is buddy. Like, go join Pat McAfee show.
Yeah,
Don't put on a uniform next year. Tired of talking about this, brother.
So there's two podcast panel. The dog and the MVP just said he need to kick rocks. So last but not least, to close this thing out, I know a man that can't stand the goddamn Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's see what Mark has to say on this. Mark?
Oh man. I'm gonna just go out and say it. I ain't gonna be successful with it. For every single last solitary reason that Rock, and for every single solitary reason that Q-Dog is against this move from happening, I'm all for it, man. Like, there is literally nothing I hate more in the sports universe than the gosh darn Pittsburgh Steelers. I hate everything about them. I literally hate them to the point where I will admit live on the internet, I wished bad against my own team just because I wanted to spite the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. I hate them. And that's exactly why I want them to make this move. I want you to bring in Aaron Rodgers, bring in his combustible personality, that passion, that ego, all that brazenness. Just bring all that toxicity into that organization. With him, George Pickens, and DK Metcalf, bro, that's like going to set a nuclear bomb off in that locker room. It's going to destroy them from the inside out.
That shit going to be crazy,
probably
bro.
Going to get fired. They're still going to be in search for a franchise quarterback like they have been for the last 10 plus years. They're not going to have their receivers because probably either DK or George Pickens is one out. They ain't going to want to deal with it no more. TJ Watt's going to be gone because he's not going to want to deal with it anymore.
You know who's going to be his biggest target? You know who's going to be his biggest target, Mark? Fryer move.
Hey, bro, do what you want to do. I want Aaron Rodgers to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I need this to happen because while teams like mine, teams like Cleveland, teams like Detroit have quite literally been in the lowest parts of football hell for the better part of damn near my 30 years on this earth, Pittsburgh's been getting away squeaky clean, constantly winning championships, constantly having winning seasons, constantly in the playoffs. Do you realize you literally have to be well into your 60s to remember a time when that team was bad? This will give the NFL world everything it needs. Pittsburgh needs to suffer. They need to wander through football hell for at least a good 10 plus years or so. And signing Aaron Rodgers would definitely do that. And if they sign Aaron Rodgers, I'll tell you right now, I'll become the biggest Steeler fan on the planet. I'll buy Aaron Rodgers jersey. I'll faithfully tune in every game. I'll be waving my terrible towel as fast as my arm will let me because it will be my greatest pleasure in life to see that team go down in a ball of flames and remain burning in hell for as long as the football gods allow. Please make this happen. They need to suffer. Sign Aaron Rodgers. That's my
y'all have it. The hate that he has for Pittsburgh is the same way I can't stand Kansas City. Fuck him.
Pittsburgh still a Unabomber.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, man, I'm all for it. If it puts a frown on the face of my guy Deuce, I'm all for it. Because ever since the came out, I've been talking to Deuce on a regular basis, just telling him, bro, y'all need to sign him. I want this to happen. I want to see Deuce be miserable in his football life. That will put such joy on my face. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Like, please, Mr. Rooney, please make this happen, bro. Please. God damn, I'll pay Aaron Rodgers' salary myself. I don't know how I'll get the money, but I'll pay for his salary myself to see it happen, man. Bring him to Pittsburgh. Burn your organization to the ground, man. Do it.
Damn, Pittsburgh. Hey, he's back.
That was your pipe bomb, huh?
Pipe bomb. God damn. Oh, shit.
Hey, all love to Q-Dog and the Vikings.
Good
bro.
Lord.
I'll give the Vikings respect when it's due. I will never say anything good about that team, bro. They need pain. hey, host, like Vince McMahon did, you got to turn around and say you're going to give them a lethal dose of poison because that's what they need.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They signed Derek Carr.
I ain't going there.
If they signed Derek Carr, I swear for football Jesus, I will never say anything positive about Derek Dallas Carr for the rest of my life. And I will never say anything nice about him. I will unfollow him on everything. I might even stop watching football altogether if he joins the dark side. Please don't speak that into existence. You'll probably
say my man
never see me
middle
on the
name,
show,
yo.
bro. I
He said
wouldn't
my
even show
man
my
middle
face
name.
around here. You gonna take one of my favorite football players of all time and put him with the enemy? Why would you wish that on me, man? You know how torture that would be to see that? No.
I'm going to
There are few
inject
things that I
poison.
love more than Derek Carr, but hating the Steelers is one of them. No. I can't believe he said that, yo.
Hey,
Derek
the
Carr or
dog-
Baker Mayfield with the Steelers, I would cry. I
Oh,
would
hell.
hate football. I can barely stomach it with Mason Rudolph.
Y'all heard with the dog, but I watched the dog faced him for 18 years, and dog said he need to get the fuck out of here. 8 miles is that way.
Nah, Q dog.
He need to get out of here.
That same toxicity that the Vikings smartly avoided by saying, nah, we don't want nothing to do with you. You need to be encouraging Pittsburgh to take a chance. They're only a quarterback away. They're always on a cusp of going on a playoff run. They're the Steelers. They can make it work. We always believe in Pittsburgh. Let's believe in them now.
You want to do it so you can laugh. That's what you want to do.
You ain't right, man.
You want to laugh all year long.
You
That's
right.
what you want to do.
You
Hey.
right.
Mark, Gardner Minshew went to the Chiefs. You gonna carve his
They ain't
ass
gonna
up.
do nothing. Mahomes
know.
don't never miss time.
He'll
They ain't
never
gonna do
get
nothing.
hurt. Yeah.
But
Ref
Aaron
okay.
Rodgers tanking the Steelers, that'd be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, man.
Ref on the goddamn payroll, so that shit ain't going. Yeah, it is what it is. It is. Fuck it. Like I said, two guys. Well, basically, all three of y'all don't really give a shit about Aaron Rodgers, and it's sad. He built that
I
reputation.
want him to go.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything
yeah.
I said was true.
No, you want him to go
No, I
for
care.
you want him to go because you want to laugh, but deep down you don't care nothing about it.
They don't give a shit about his
No,
ass.
not at
Nobody
all.
don't care about him, man. It's sad, Aaron Rodgers. You need to check yourself. For real. You need to check yourself.
Because the
man.
whole time he was in New York, I kept having to look over my shoulder like, all right, is Devontae going to stab me in the back this week? Is it going to be next week? When is it going to be? And he stabbed me in the back in the middle of the season for that guy.
He did that to himself, man. He did that to himself. So nobody wanted his ass
Why
now.
don't they complete the trifecta? Trade for Devontae Adams. Bring him into Pittsburgh too with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, he in the Rams now.
Waste
The Rams gonna let him
some
go?
draft pick. Hey, offer him a first round pick. It's Devontae Adams, man. You gotta have if you're gonna have Aaron Rodgers, you gotta have Devontae Adams. Then when Devontae is not getting the ball, and George Pickens isn't getting the ball, and DK Metcalf isn't getting the ball, it's really gonna get even more juicy. Man. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and get Devontae too. Make it happen, Pittsburgh. Go all
Damn.
in.
Holy hell. Well, and with that note, basically he said, "Fuck you, Pittsburgh," and the MVP and the dog said, "Fuck you, Aaron Rodgers. Get your ass out of here. Hospice is that way. Get your ass out of here. Get out of here." Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today. All right, man, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna hold y'all up, man. Hey, hell of a show today. Always have fun talking to these three guys. Goddamn, Mark, we miss you, boy. Shit. Mark cooked today, boy. He cooked. But, hey, the dog and the MVP, you know, they always here. They've been holding shit down, baby. They've been holding shit down. But fun show today, ladies and gentlemen. And we hope you out there in the world, man. Hope you guys, I really hope, as the host, I hope you guys have a good time listening to these three brothers right here, because I always do. Goddamn. But that is our show for today, man. As always, we want to thank you for stopping by and watching another episode of the Real Sports Talk Show, man. Again, man, I want to thank you for being, I want to thank all the people over in the United Kingdom for all the love that you sent us, man. All those comments and everything, kind words. United Kingdom, stand up, baby. We with y'all. Thank you for all the love. And also, man, I want to thank you. I want to thank all 4,619 subscribers and counting, man. We on our way to 5,000. We are on our way to 5,000, man. Thank you guys for making this podcast what it is. Again, man, we thank Mark, man. Our brother Mark, man. I'll tell you, man, the pioneer. It's so good to see him. We might not see him again next week, but hey, that's all right. It's good to see him today. And he cooked today, man. And gotta go out. But Mark, we've been doing doing something different lately. The guys been ending the show, so MVP in the know. Yeah, so I mean, shit. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the stars of the show. They're gonna end it. The Real Sports Podcast panel.
All right, he put the ball on us. Oh man, when have you ever known the host of the show to be like, all right, y'all got it. Go ahead and close this out.
New thing now, bro. New thing.
Bro,
New thing.
Man.
But I started off. I would like to say thank you to all our viewers out there. Keep subscribing. Keep giving your thumbs up. Keep showing your support. Keep even show your support for our Real Men's Lounge, Q-Dog, and the host. They go through some real good topics, especially for all the young men out there, brothers that need some advice and need some good guidance to help you get through the day, as well as us talking sports. I'm headed to my man Q-Dog.
Appreciate that, Rock. I want to thank y'all for tuning in today. Had a good time today. Got one of our old numbers back today, young Mark. Glad to see him. He is my number one Viking hater, as you know. And even though he's a Viking hater, I'm glad to see him on the show. It brings so much morale to the show. Just want to thank y'all for tuning in. Hope we touched on some of the subjects that some of y'all probably wanted to hear about. Just keep coming in. The live chat, y'all have gotten dead now. I don't know what's going on with y'all, but y'all need to liven back up. I'm about to put cases on every last one of y'all to bring y'all back. But glad to see y'all, and hoping to see y'all again next week. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh yeah, man. It was definitely great to be back with my guys again, OG and Rock and Host. I really miss my dogs, man. Life has been lifing lately, but it's always nice to be able to come back home and be amongst people that look like me and that talk like me, and just be able to enjoy the fellowship of sports. And I don't know when I'll be back because, like I said, life been lifing. But I can guarantee you this: there will be live footage and a live report coming out of the nation's capital next Sunday. Because next Sunday, hosts know what it is. It's on the March season again, ladies and gentlemen. The UFL is back in week 1. We got a primetime heavyweight fight. The Pony Express, the defending 3-time spring football champions, got to come to my turf. They got to come to Audi Field in DC and feel the wrath of the beer snake and play the DC Defenders in an opening week. I will be at the game, and I will definitely bring you guys the latest and greatest from the world of football outside of the NFL on an upcoming episode On the Mark, because I got to give it to Host when his team lose, and then later on in the year when Luis Perez hosts that trophy that he thought was going to Birmingham. That's all I got. Host, back to you.
Oh man, get out of here with that bullshit. We're going 4 in a row, man. We're going 4 in a row. Birmingham Stallions, March 28th. It starts. That ass whooping tour. It's gonna go back, ladies and gentlemen. But again, man, you guys got to understand the podcast panel right here. These 3 gentlemen, they bring it like they always bring it. I'm just a fan of them as well. Thank them for being on the show. Thank you guys for watching, man. We will be back next Saturday, 1 p.m. with more NFL and NBA news. Be sure to come on back. Bring your asses right back here. And tell somebody about us. Tell everybody about us. And on behalf of myself and the illustrious podcast panel, everybody around the world, please be safe and stay safe. And that's in order.